Hi there, this is Joe Polyak, your local neighborhood real estate agent here in the San Francisco Bay Area with Rise Homes. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit subscribe, like, share, comment, engage, ask questions, give me a call, whatever it is, whatever your preferred method of communication, please reach out and help us get more views and more traction on our social medias. Thanks again. So today I am going to talk about the importance of interviewing the right real estate agent or hiring the right real estate agent to help you with your home purchase. And let me start off by telling a little bit of a story. So I am the listing agent. I'm representing the seller on a property and it's pretty busy. We listed it a little bit lower, more aggressive, so we're getting a lot of activity. One person texts me at like 9 p.m. on a Saturday night and says, "Hi, I'm interested in taking a look at the property." And me being a very proactive agent and always having my phone on me, and right after I responded and I said, "Great, when did you want to see it?" He said, "Tomorrow." I said, "Okay, fantastic. Can you please send me the names and email addresses of who's going to be there so I can send the required advisory form?" Because we are in the middle of shelter in place, pandemic, and so I have to send that over before they can see the property. And he says, "Yeah, sure. Is it okay if my wife comes, my infant daughter, and my real estate agent?" And I said, "Why doesn't your real estate agent, it's your real estate agent's job to schedule showings for you. Why are you reaching out to me instead of your real estate agent?" He says, "Oh, well, you know what? It's my father. He's semi-retired. He doesn't have access to any of the documents. He doesn't have access to the MLS, and he's unable to do all this. So can you just tell me how we do it and then we can go? But my father is going to be the one to represent me." So as a listing agent, that's a major red flag to me. If this person, this potential buyer, comes, sees the home, they love it, they look at the disclosure package, everything looks good, and they're going to make a competitive, high-priced offer, assuming most likely they won't because they're not working with a full-time professional. But let's just say in the off chance that they are willing to make a competitive market price offer, and they do. All else being equal, as a listing agent, and most other listing agents would prefer not to work with somebody on the other side. If you're telling me they don't have access to the documents, if they can't set up a showing, if you're reaching out to the listing agent to set up a showing, I would have to split the commission that the seller's paying for somebody who can't do most basic things of their job. That's a major red flag to somebody like me as a listing agent and to all other listing agents. People think that it's not really important to have somebody very good or strong or proactive or professional to represent you, that pretty much anybody who has a real estate license can, just write the offer and that's it, and maybe they'll kick back some of the commission or whatever it is. In this particular case, I did still show them the property and did still meet them. And what I can say is, and I did meet the gentleman, the real estate licensee, the semi-retired real estate licensee. What I can say with, a lot of confidence is that most listing agents would avoid working with that person. So if they received, let's say, 2 or 3 offers in the similar ballpark, but one of them came from somebody like this and another one came from a professional, local, reputable, respected agent, they would most likely call that other agent and say, "Hey, here's what offer we got from another party. I don't want to work with them. I would rather work with you. So please have your clients come up." And they would do their best to recommend to their clients to work with a reputable, professional agent. Because 2 agents, when they work together, when you work with somebody good on the other side, they're going to make sure that everything in the transaction goes smooth. They're going to be on top of the lender, the appraiser, the escrow company. There's a lot of work throughout escrow to keep an escrow together and make sure that things don't fall apart when inevitable hiccups or issues arise during escrow. And good real estate agents do a good job of keeping their clients' emotions out of the transaction, because clients don't do this every day and we do. So we're able to say, "Hey, this is not a big deal. Don't worry about this. Here's how we're going to handle this and attack this." If the lender last minute says, "Oh, we can't do the loan," and fumbles it, etc., etc. Professional agents prefer to work with somebody else professional on the other side. So I'll tell you another story. I am working with some clients, some buyers, and we're looking at properties, and we're probably searching for properties for a couple of weeks, and then they found a place that they really liked. Looking at the comps, it looked like it was going to go for above their budget. And so their absolute max was $1,025,000. So we wrote an offer at $1,020,000, and the listing agent calls me after she receives the offers and she calls me and she says, look, we got 4 offers. You guys are second place. The highest offer is $1,050,000. It is an out-of-area agent. I don't know them. They have an inspection contingency of 2 days. I feel this might be some sort of bait and switch because I've never worked with this person before. I don't know if I can really trust that they're going to be able to close escrow, and I don't want to put my clients in jeopardy like that by accepting an offer that may seem higher but ends up being somebody who isn't able to perform, and then we lose you, Joe Polyak, and your clients because you guys ended up buying something else, and that puts my clients in a really bad, precarious situation. She calls me and she says, can you come up the $1,050,000 at least, or come up closer to it? And I said, I talked to my clients. They said, absolute max we have is $1,025,000. So we updated our offer to be $1,025,000, and it was accepted. She explained to her clients the importance of not just the price, but working with a professional on the other side and a strong offer. We had no contingencies because we reviewed the disclosures in great detail, and my clients were okay with everything that was in there. There's a crack in the foundation and some other things, and they both have significant amount of research already looking at other disclosures and working together and family and contractors, etc. So they're okay with that. We were ready to go and we got our offer accepted, and we were not the highest price. In fact, we were $25,000 lower than the highest price. So those 2 stories illustrate already in a very competitive market where we're receiving sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 and 20 plus offers on one single listing, the importance of not just the price, not just coming in with no contingencies, and not just a standard or even a little bit faster close of escrow timeline, but also additional things like flexibility with the sellers. Do they need a potential rent back? The professionalism of the agent on the other side is a major component in this on the buyer side, because listing agents who, I believe it's the 80-20 principle, so 20% of the agents sell 80% of the homes, but it may be closer to 5% of licensed real estate agents sell 90% of the homes, is most likely what it is on the listing side. Because such a small percentage of people are really good at their job and get a lot of return business and control the listings in a lot of areas, due to that, a lot of these people are not starving and they have experience, and they're not just going to be like, let's go with the highest price. They're going to steer their clients towards accepting an offer with somebody who's easy to work with on the other side. And that's why it's important to have somebody who has that reputation locally, because that will help you get your offer accepted in a multiple offer situation, even if it is not the highest offer. Basically, in addition to that, another reason why it's really important to work with a professional is because of knowledge and experience. I have plenty of clients who think they know homes and feel that they know everything about homes, and I still teach them a lot of new things every time we tour properties, because as a real estate agent, I'm touring at least 10, 20, 30 homes per week at least that I see, that I look at, that I review disclosures for many of them. I look at the inspection reports and I see a lot of the common issues that a lot of these homes have. Is this specific area more prone to termites, and is that a big deal or not a big deal, and how do you deal with that? And is this area prone to a lot of settlement issues and foundation issues? Well, if yes, then how do you deal with that? What do you need to know about drainage installation? What are the price ranges there? Because I've seen so many bids from so many contractors, I'm able to give a fairly accurate assessment and estimate on how much things will cost down the line, and do they need to be done today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, or next decade. So it's really important to work with somebody who's a professional that way, because no matter how much you know about houses, unless you yourself are a contractor builder, well, then in that case, it might not be as important to have a true professional on your team. Even then, a lot of them do have a true professional on their team. But let's say, for example, most people do not have that knowledge. No matter how much knowledge they do have, it's not the same amount as somebody like me who lives, breathes, and bleeds this business every single day, 7 days a week, 9 p.m. on Saturdays, 8 a.m. on Saturdays, 8 a.m. on Sundays, 7 a.m. most days. And I have that specific amount of experience to be able to help you make the right decision in the property that you buy. How do you choose the correct real estate agent? How do you choose somebody who's good and professional? Well, you should take a little bit extra time and not just choose maybe a friend or a relative. Not saying that a friend or a relative isn't good and isn't a professional, but there are a couple of things that you need to look at. You need to look at how many homes they're selling. How many homes have they sold in the last year or the last 2 years or throughout their career? And are they selling homes in the area where you guys are looking to buy? So where do you find this information? The best place is if you type in their name and then you type in Zillow in Google. So Joe Polyak Zillow. And you can pull up their most recent sales. Usually an agent has to actually update that themselves because Zillow isn't great at capturing that information automatically. So I have to go in after each one of my sales and I update that information in Zillow so people can see that I'm selling 20, 30, 40 homes per year, at least, all throughout different areas or the areas that we're looking together. So that's one criteria that you should be looking at who you're working with. Did they sell at least 10 homes in the last year? I think at least 10. If it's a newer agent, that's fine. That doesn't necessarily mean they're not going to be good, but then they may not be selling 10 homes per year yet, at least in the double digits. So that may be just a consideration that you should look into, because somebody who doesn't sell at least 10 homes might not have the breadth of experience. Now, there's people who are buyer's agents on teams, or they were assistants on teams or something along those lines, and they don't have those numbers yet, but they do have the knowledge and experience that could make up for that. So that's why the number of sales is not the whole story. It could be on a team where, we have folks on our team who maybe don't have that many sales quite yet, but they're working with us and they have the resources of me to have my experience and my support as well as the rest of our team. So they may not necessarily need exactly all those sales under their belt to be able to be a good agent. In addition to that, what is their process? Like, what is their plan to get your offer accepted? Are they going to lay that out? Do they sit down with you and do a needs analysis? Do they sit down with you and go over the home buying process and what it means and what it looks like to show properties, and how are you going to search for properties? Are they going to help you potentially find off-market opportunities? Do they have a good plan for offer writing and offer presentation, with showing you how to create a nice cover letter and making sure that your pre-approval is solid and it's essentially an underwritten approval, making sure you have your proof of funds ready to go so that you can show the potential seller that you're 100% ready to go and able to close this deal? Will they make sure that you sign all the disclosures, sign and initial and acknowledge all the disclosures, and present that with your offer? Are they going to go the extra mile to do all of those things? And are the contracts going to be put together clean? Are they going to walk you through all of this? Are they walking you through all of this? Are they giving you information regularly and teaching you how to go through this process? So just like with anything else, it's important to maybe at least talk to a couple of people. You don't need to interview 5, 10 different agents. You don't need to sit down with these people, because it's exhausting to sit down with real estate agents for an hour each. Yeah, I know it's not the easiest personality style to hang out with. You kind of want to just choose somebody and go with it. But just take a little bit of extra time and do a little bit of due diligence. What do their reviews online look like? How does their Yelp look like? How does their Zillow reviews look like? Etc. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please, again, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, share on social media. Please comment. If you disagree with me, or if you have any other thoughts or opinions on this topic, please feel free to reach out. I always welcome conversation, discourse, and debate. I love it. Thank you.